Hi, friends. My name is Lisa Schmidt, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. As you may have heard, like Saturday is one of my favorite days of the week. I just love that I get to sleep in. And today there's an extra special thing happening. I have a party hat. You see it? Turn it sideways. And look at it. What the heck is going on here? Yep, this is the home base for home. Not really. On stage, it is a Stampin' Up! Event where
it matches our pennants behind you.
There you go. It's a virtual event. These are kind of cool. I don't know. It's a virtual event. And so we will, some demonstrators and I are going to gather here. And that's one of the great things about being a demonstrator is you get to join in really fun things. Sometimes they're on location, like in Texas or different places. And sometimes they're virtual, which honestly, that works great because then we can gather here and have lunch together and enjoy stamping. And it's just always more fun with more people, right?
Hey, Sandy. Hey, Cheryl.
That's our motto. More people, bring it on. So today I want to show you some cards made with Fluffiest friends. Fluffiest friends. It is the cutest little thing. And someone I saw said, they're not fat, they're fluffy. I like that term. I'm kind of fluffy myself. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I'll show you some really cute things with Fluffiest friends. So I have made a couple of things with this before, but I'm going to show you again. We've got this beaver with the little heart. And there's his, remind me? Den. Lodge. Yeah, Lodge. Dave's teaching me about beavers. And then the bunny here with a little cupcake. We've got this darling bear, so fluffy. A cat, which I am not a cat person, but I do love the fluffy cat. He's just cute. And I decided this must be either a gerbil or a hamster. It's not a cat. I was thinking it was a cat, but there's no tail. So
I think it could be a cat.
I don't think it's a cat. I think it's a gerbil or a hamster or something. Who knows? I don't know. The mouth looks different. We'll have to research that and find it out. But we've got these fun bees and some flowers. So, and of course, the little bird. So we are going to make a card using, the cat. And I'm going to start. This is one of I have two cards to make for you this morning. And one is using Melon Mambo My Bright Colors, which I love. So I'm just going to take a standard half sheet of Melon Mambo. It's scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And go ahead and fold that. Grab a bone folder. And I see that my little corner here is bent, so that's going to be the back. It's going to go this way. All right. The next thing, I am going to layer it with, I just recently got these Stampin' Cut and Emboss 3-fer. Okay, if you're not from Minnesota, they say for fun. 3-fer. They say different kind of, I don't know, fur things that are kind of weird to me, but
just keep going.
I'm from California. Anyway, and so there's these 3 different embossing folders, and I just think they're great. They're just kind of background. It says Basics 3D. So we've got this.
Sometimes easier to see.
Easier to see with it in it, sure. Yeah. All right, so we've got the crosshatch. Can you see that better? Oh yeah. The crosshatch, polka dots, and the polka dots are pretty serious polka dots. They're like pretty deep. And then the last one is like these little stars, kind of. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I think these are so much fun. Would you put the number in the chat, love?
I will.
So I did 3D emboss the one with the cross. I call it a crosshatch. Is that what that is? I don't know. That's what I call it. And so I'm just going to put that right on top. I know it's not much of a dimension, but I honestly don't like to 3D emboss the cover of the card because it gets a little bit thinner, and I don't like that feeling when I open it. So I'm just going to pop this on here. Yeah, because it breaks down the paper, of course, because it imprints this design on it. And so anyway, I'm going to put that on top. It's a 1/4 inch smaller. There we go. And then on top of that, I am going to use, these are such fun dies. They've been around for a while. They're called the Scallop Contour dies. And honestly, I don't really even use the flowers that the stamp set comes with, but these are amazing. And so I chose to use the larger of the little scallop with the stitch, this one right here. There we go. And so I die cut one out of Melon Mambo, and then I die cut one out of white. And the white one, I just cut right on the stitches. If you look closely, not sure you can see it, but there's some stitching left there. That's fine, because I just cut it right on the stitches. It made it easy to cut and fit right in there. So that is where that came from. Scallop contour dies. Love, love, love them. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and decorate this piece, and then we'll assemble it all together. So we got our cat. I just need my little stamp pad here. And we're going to stamp our cat on a basic white piece of cardstock. Like the most basic of, here it is. Like the most basic of basic. Where is it? And we are going to go ahead and die cut that out because he's just so cute. So let's go ahead and stamp our little cat. And this is called clear mount stamps, so you can't see through them. So I like to double check that my...
I've always thought it was funny. Clear mount,
I
but they're the
know.
ones you can't see through.
I know. But there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and color it a little bit while it's right here so that I don't... it's just easier to color before you die cut it because it's big. So I'm going to use Melon Mambo. And I was actually looking for my Melon Mambo Stampin' Blend, but apparently didn't have one. So I'll switch to Stampin' Write, which is totally fine. I'm just going to color this little tiny flower. So it's not even that much. So that's simple. I think I'm going to use the brush end because that does go a little quicker. And they did, with Stampin' Up, they did change these tips now. They don't look like, I'll show you this tip in a minute. They're not quite as fine, which I think is great because this little fine is too fine. Oh, so fine, too fine. And then I'm just going to give a little bit of dark parakeet party to that little leaf right there. Boom. This is kind of what the new tips look like, and the old tips are like this. They're so very, very fine. So I like the newer ones a little bit better. And then I'm going to just color the pot in light pool party. So just give the pot a little bit of color here in light pool party. It's not too dark, which is what I kind of like. That's all I'm going to color on our cat. So just to show you, you can always just pop up a few things without coloring everything, but we are going to die cut him out because we can and because he's cute. So I'm going to use my mini boss here. That's what this is. I call this my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Lots of layers, but we look at the numbers 1, 2, and 2, and that's how we die cut it. So it's very, very simple to use. Let's grab our die right out of here. And I have not put these on magnetic yet, you can tell, but here's our, is the cat? I think that's the, is it the cat?
That's the cat.
I think that's a beaver. Here's the cat.
Oh.
I can tell by the tail. All right, so here's our little cat. There we go. And I could definitely use a Post-it note to hold this here. I could use some washi tape. Oops. Dave just gave me washi tape. So apparently I will use some washi tape to hold it. He knows better than, sometimes you're going, then you bump it. And so what I look at, they tightened up, Stampin' Up! Tightened up the dies. So they really cut quite closely, which is very nice.
Also why you need the washi tape, because it's very precise.
It is precise. Thank you. I think he knows that I would go ahead and cut it and be like, oh, I have to redo it. 32 years, that's what happens. You just know. And he loves me for it.
Of course.
Of course. All right, so here is that. It's just so cute. I'm telling you, I am not a cat person, but this is darling. So, all right, so we've got our little kitty, and he's colored with a little bit of color. I want to show you something that I thought was kind of cool. So this is the grass, right? In the that comes it's called a bonus die is what I call it. And the bonus dies, there's 2 of them. Sorry, here's my other one. So there's 2 bonus dies, and they obviously are going to cut the grass. Here they are. But I'm going to show you, I wanted my grass a little bit thicker than just this. Let me grab this piece. This is the piece I'm decorating. I wanted my grass a little bit thicker than just this. Like that's pretty small. So if you take a piece of cardstock And you can die cut it. I kept this so you could see. You can just die cut it, laying them on like that. So I put these on upside down. Brilliant. And so you just put these on like this and go ahead and die cut it out. And you end up with 3 little grass pieces and you end up with a thicker grass. Because it doesn't matter which way the grass grows, except and you know what? It's not really greener on the other side of the street or wherever it is. It's greener where you water it. What do you, Dave's like, no, it's not. That's not how you say it. What do you say?
That's all right. Grass is always greener on the other side.
On the other side, period. All right. I'm also going to grab my little flowers here, and they are going to grow just behind the grass. So what I'm going to do is actually turn this over kind of like that. So then when I stamp my flowers, I'm going to lower it a little bit so my flowers pop up. So when I stamp my flowers, I know that they're below the grass line. And I think I need like a few more here. The cat will cover some of them, and that's totally fine. And just one more there. So now when I turn this over, no black on this side, but look. So the flowers look like they're behind that. And I'm going to do a quick little color of these again. Dave, did you have anything you want to say, or you don't have to go to a commercial. I just, well, you can, sure. Sorry. I mean, you can, but I can just color. I can fill up time too.
Well, just one thing I want to mention is we do have coming up our November Card Cafe. It is next Saturday.
Whoop, whoop.
So Card Cafe is when you have an opportunity to come here to our Minnetonka studio. You get to choose 5 items off the menu at the cafe. Make 2 of each of those designs. So you walk away with 10 wonderful cards. You do need to let us know by Wednesday, because obviously we need to make sure that we have enough materials cut for everyone for Card Cafe. So that is one thing. The other thing is you can see I have scrolling across the bottom. I always try to put in the numbers for the things that Lisa's using. And the best way to order those is just go to the stamperstudio.com. Right up at the top, it has order Stampin' Up! Products. That is the best way. That way you don't have to worry about host codes or anything. Just right here, click where our shopping cart is, and then you can go and place the order. Use those numbers that I'm putting in the chat for these broadcasts, because that's where I always try to put all the products that we're using. So that is there. So thestamperstudio.com, and then also sign up for Card Cafe that happens next weekend.
Yeah, and we have several Christmas cards next weekend. Thanks, Dave. Just look at that. With the magic of TV, it's done. Or the magic of Dave, maybe. There are several
No magic.
Christmas cards next week, but there are also fall cards as well as birthday and all different occasions. So there's always ways to adapt and modify. Okay,
well, that's what's great. You get to choose the ones you want to make.
So isn't that cute? And I could pull, if I for some reason wanted my grass lower or taller, I could change that. But I thought that was pretty slick, because this side you don't see, but I know that the greens or the flowers are going to be there. So let's go ahead and adhere this piece on. Right there. And I want to get it all the way edge to edge. There we go.
Because you're covering it, you really didn't have to mask for your flower.
Well, I didn't want the flowers floating up here, and then I hadn't done, they were floating.
Just to get them into the right
spot.
spot.
I wanted to make sure they were in the grass, but that's a great idea, Dave. All right, we are ready to, I have one more thing. Oh, we're ready to assemble this. I guess I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. Okay, so I have a piece of that. I know there's a lot of melon mambo, but I feel like it really, once we put this here, it sort of just gives it some texture, gives it some dimension without screaming.
I think it helps to spotlight the main image.
Yeah.
But gives it some nice background.
Yeah, he has a little better way to describe it than me. All right. And this I'm going to put right here. I am going to stamp a word there. So I think I'd like to stamp that first before I put it on, because you know what happens when you put it on. I guess I could always cover it if I didn't like it. But I have 2 choices that I'm thinking about. Friend is one of them. Just to do a little friend right there, which I think is sweet. Right? Just friend. Or I was thinking this itty bitty one. Hi, friend. What do you think, Dave? Or hello?
I think hi, friend.
Hi, friend. I just think that's the cutest one. So I just recently got this stamp set. It is not new to Stampin' Up, but I felt like I did not have enough words. And I have a lot of times when people are here for Card Cafe, they'll say, "Do you have a hello?" I'm like, well, I have this one. And that's okay to have one, but I just think it'd be fun to have a little bit extra. So let's go ahead and stamp our little hi friend. Where's my cat going to sit so I have my hi friend in the right spot? He's going to sit over here, kind of like that. I noticed I got some schmutz up there, but that's okay. So
and that set does come with dies as well, so you could.
Oh, this one,
cut.
yep, sure does. I'm a little nervous because it's just a small print, so I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. Hi, friend. Boop.
Morning, Tanya.
There we go. Hi, friend.
Always welcome whenever you can join, and fun that you're in Florida. I'm sure it is warmer there than it is in either Illinois or Minnesota.
So it's getting a little chilly here today. Right now, it is 34 degrees. Some friends yesterday said, "Oh, do you want to go play pickleball tomorrow?" I said, "Sure." So I looked. I'm like, "Oh, they have a different level inside." What? They're like, "No, outside." I'm like, "Sure. Outside sounds great." So we're going to go play outside today, and I'm going to wear warm clothes. Not too warm though. All right, I need to move some bigger dimensionals over here because I'm using just itty bitties for this. That's probably enough though to pop it up. And there we go. All right, so I think I'm going to, I kind of want to sit him like here so you can see the flowers, pop in behind him. And then I am going to just, I would take an eraser and just kind of erase that a little bit. But there we go. I kind of don't like that. So I will probably do that again because I don't like the way the hi friend came out. It's kind of smushy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of that, sometimes with smaller images that happens, and that's okay. You just, that one's better. Have ways to fix it. That one's smushy too. Anyway, so that is it so cute? What are people saying? Do they love it?
Yep.
I love it. I think it's super, super, super cute. Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
You know, you don't have your mat.
You're right. I'm just going to leave
That's
my hi friend right there. Oh, and I will fix that later and then I'll post it in the pictures. But isn't that cute? And then, of course, inside, here's what I'm going to do. Inside, I won't color them right now, but I am going to put, of course, little flowers. Not anything green. I'm just going to add flowers to the bottom. I might give it a green stripe, like with ink across the bottom. Or just some flowers. I'm going to go off the mat there, off the table. There we go. So that's going to be inside. Is that ever cute? I always tell you I like
surprise inside.
Yeah, I do like that. I really like a surprise inside. Okay, so we are next week we're doing some cookie decorating for some friends. They want to learn how, and so we ordered some things as a surprise for them. And Dave was looking up. Here, you tell him.
So we're making a little fun thing for there, and so we needed a phrase. And I don't know how much you've played with ChatGPT, the new AI platform. Not so new actually, but AI platform where you just tell it what you want and it just generates whatever you want. So I asked for a phrase. It generated, I said, oh, no more than 4 words. It came up with a whole bunch of fun ideas. I said, well, add a little more laughter. It did that. And Lisa was in shock.
I was like, my mouth hung open like Mary Poppins. Close your mouth, Michael. You are not a codfish. All right. So there we go. So that is our first little card. Isn't that so fun? And I think what I'm going to do is put a little gem right there, a little rhinestone gem right in that flower.
So I see Tanya said she wants to learn cookie decorating. I was going to mention at our February hosted retreat at the Refuge, we are going to do a little bit of cookie decorating there too for anyone who wants to. So if you want to come, February's filling up. Actually, several of our weeks that we posted for the first half of the year are filling up. There are still a couple spots left in February if you want to join us, and we will do cookie decorating there too, in addition to whatever other crafts you want to work on.
But Tanya doesn't live here, so
She lives in Illinois. It's not that far.
Oh, why did I think Oregon?
No.
Oh, Tanya's in Illinois. Okay. Road trip.
That's what we did last weekend.
Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. I'm done with this card. Anyway, so that is cute. I got to fix this after because I'm rushing. Let me show you. I have one more super, super, super cute card because this guy is just, these are just hysterical. So I want to show you one more card. All right. This one I'm going to use pecan pie. With Thanksgiving coming up, I love the name. I always made a pecan pie for my dad.
And now she makes it for me.
I do love, and our big decision is, do we make one or two? It's like, okay, one is
2.
good. Oh!
Always 2. You always make one and then we end up making a second one. So just
That's
make 2 to start.
funny. That's so funny. All right. This is actually from, I was going to ask you, but I've turned it over so you actually just saw it. But this is from the Let's Go Fishing. I was like, I want to find something with pecan pie color. And so the Let's Go Fishing has this really fun pecan pie paper. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So always remember, sometimes the back sides are maybe what you're even going to want more than the front side. All right, so this little guy, we're going to glue this right on our half sheet of cardstock. I was like, how fun is that? It's just a pecan pie. I do like this color. It's a nice soft brown. I'm going to leave a little edge on the bottom. I always line it up on this side, so if I need to, I can trim this side. All right, in our Fluffiest Friends comes a bear cave. I'm sure it could be used for other things, but a den, bear den. And so I thought, oh, how fun to cut out the den, and we'll put the bear near that. So here's the choice of colors, Dave. You got to pay attention here, see what you want.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. This den or this den? This one is copper clay, and this one is crumb cake. The bear's going to be white and then colored brown, but
I think the that one.
Yeah, I think so too. So I was thinking that too.
The other one looks a little too flat.
Yeah. So copper clay is one of our new in colors, and I just think that's a really fun color. So I'm going to stick that right about there. And then we are going to stamp a bear and pop him here. But the other thing we're going to do before I stamp the bear, whenever you have honey, you also have bees. Not one of my favorite things, but bees. Actually, I want honeybees. So I'm going to stamp my honeybees kind of all over here. Stamp some honeybees buzzing out of his. I could have done that also in pecan pie. I should turn some over so they don't all look the same. All right, lots of bees buzzing into him. Okay, so far, so good. The next step, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our, let me get my mat, because you're right, that did make a big difference there. So we're going to stamp our little bear, or big bear, a big fluffy bear. Just going to stamp him in. All right, Dave's going. He took my crumb cake and he's on the move. And I want to, one thing I really want to do is color, I want his pot. Can you grab me a yellow marker while you're over there? I want his pot to be kind of red. So this is Light Poppy Parade. Thanks. And so I'm going to color this pot in this Light Poppy Parade. If you have not used the Stampin' Blends, they are my favorite. I like them even better than the Stampin' Write markers because they, okay, what do you think? They blend. Yes, that's the word. They blend so nicely. And so I just think that it makes it easy to give a little bit of shading without looking like, oh, you've got a line over there. Put a little shading on the bottom there. You just go over it more times and you get a little bit of shading. Maybe you're like, I don't see it. Now you can see it. There you go. And then I'm just going to color our honey. The honey pot is going to be honey is all over here, dripping down. Love that. Drip, drip, drip. Okay. And then we have our little bear, and he is going to get colored in, again, Stampin' Blends. So I don't know if you know, we have a neutrals pack, and that's where these come from. I don't remember what color that one is. They're numbers, so they're not, that's right, darker one. Okay. So the Stampin' Blends Neutrals pack has some of these different, like brown and lighter brown, and I just think it's great. The other thing I like is this brush that I can color in my patient way so many things at the same time. Like I can get a good piece. Does that make sense? I'm going to color his feet dark. There we go. All right. And I'm going to color the rest of it. I think I'm going to start with the edge in case I feel like, ooh, that's too dark. So start over here at the edge. And if I had a lighter color, I could even blend. I'm going to use that other one mostly, but we'll do his feet in this dark color. Like that. Cute. And I like kind of that it's quick and easy. That's kind of my motto. I like quick and easy that does not look easy. That's my thing. Let's get his little hand on that side, which is actually that color, but it doesn't matter. And a little dark right there. Maybe a little dark right here. Yep. And just go with Stampin' Up shading. I figure they're the artists. But right here, like I can kind of blend this in a little bit so it doesn't look, well, maybe it does kind of. Anyway, you can make your decision on what you think it looks like. But all right, we'll just color this guy in. He's so cute. And the other thing I really like is I like to use, going back on some of those lighter colors, I want this side darker. I don't know, I'm not an artist. It sure makes me feel artistic. You can use the one to pull off if you want to pull off some of the color. I'm going to cut this a little bit so we can get it into our, again, Stampin' Cut and Emboss. If you were looking at the Stampin' Cut and Emboss and thinking, should I get the mini or the big? I'd go big. And the reason is because not everything fits in this one. This one is great for traveling or for small dies or things like that. But the other one, I see I missed a piece of his foot right there. The other one, the Big Boss, what I call the Big Boss, is better for everything else. He's been gone a long time, friend, so I don't know what he's got going on.
What I was looking for.
Oh, what were you looking for?
I'll tell you.
The honeybee die or 3D embossing folder, maybe? He's not going to tell us. Okay, all right. All right, let's go ahead and push this guy through. I don't know what I'd do without the dies. Sometimes people ask, what is one tool you couldn't live without? And I think it's this. I think I could not live without dies and the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay, let's bring back our card back in, and we're going to put him right here. Is he ever so cute? Oops, I didn't grab more. I didn't have you grab more dimensionals. That's okay. No, I'm good. I'm just going to use these little ones. So he is just so cute. What are you guys thinking? He is the fluffiest. What are some of our comments there, Dave, while I'm putting these on?
No, Tanya was just asking where the bear was from, and so I put in the chat that he is a part of the Fluffiest Friends set.
Yes.
So you can get this just the stamp set, or you can get the bundle with the stamp set and the dies so that you have everything there ready to go.
Yep. And I always would go bundle because what happens for me is if I think, oh, no, I don't need the dies. So I buy just the stamp set and then later I want the dies. But if you buy them together, you can save 10%. So I will always go, I've learned to go that route. Check and see, make sure I got all those off. All right, so let's stick our little bear kind of here. He's sitting in front of his little den. How fun is that? He's so cute. Do we see the back of the den? No, right there. Okay.
Down just a little bit.
Dave has an idea. I'm not sure what his idea is, but I'm going to stick him right there.
I just don't like seeing the bottom of the door.
Oh, you don't like seeing this part right here?
No, when
Anyway.
you had him higher underneath his bottom, you could see it. I didn't like that.
Oh, I don't want to look under his bottom. All right, I'm going to use the little hello.
Fourth grade.
From Oh, you should hear the things we hear. It's insane. I am going to stamp
certain words you can never say in fourth grade, regardless of the context.
That's right. So we made energy bites.
Yeah. Don't go there.
Yep.
They're round and spherical. So if you use a different word for that, then you're
asking
a whole bunch
for
of
trouble.
Fourth graders laughing.
Yep. So anyway, I'm going to use this little hello. I'm thinking it will work. Oh, it didn't work. I wasn't sure if I could do that or not. I'm going to stamp it in black. Yep. I kind of wanted it in that red, but I didn't bring over the red. So, and I'm not going to make my dear sweet husband get up and get it again. So I am going to pop this. I'm not going to pop this up. I'm going to pop this on. I kind of wanted a little banner here, which you could use your punch for as well. If you don't have a punch, you can go cut to the middle and then cut the edges. And the little hello is going to stick right out from him like that. And you know why I didn't stick it on? Because I want to go back and make it red. So it just looks cute when it's red. All right. So there's the cards for today. And one thing that is really fun is just, look at these fluffy guys. They make me laugh. And I love that this can be a nest for the bird, or it can be a den for the beaver. And then you get these bonus dies as well. And yeah, here you can definitely see the texture on that honey. And this one I did I went ahead and kind of just made like, this could be a little card right there. I'll show you that reverse technique some other time. I want to show you some other cards that I've made using this set, and I'll save my favorite for last. But here are some, set to the side, that I have made. This one with that little gerbil guy. I dripped water on it, so I need to do that again. But look how cute. These are the polka dots. And this is using the, I forget what it's called. There's white. It's called White Inside. It's a thinner paper than cardstock. It's a designer series paper. And this is our new, not poppy, it's sweet sorbet ribbon. But I like that it's 1/4 inch. It's quite small. And this is the paper from the Be Mine. So how fun is that little guy? I just popped up the balloon. I made him last week. Here is another one using the little bunny and using the bee body as a conversation bubble. So that's a fun card. If you want to learn how to make that, last Saturday we have that. And then this is probably my favorite. I don't know why. I just think it's so cute. And some is the face on the cat, or I don't know. I just love this one. I think it's really cute. So there we have it. That is our.
And just to say one thing, if you're wondering,
sure.
How come I didn't see Fluffiest Friends in the catalog?
Oh, right.
The reason is it's one of our online exclusives. It's going to be in the new mini coming out, but right now it is available as an online exclusive. So that is there. Use the number that I put in the chat and you can order that.
And there are lots of online exclusives. There are some beautiful watercolor words. There's also some beautiful paper and 6x6 designer paper that is stunning. So
there's something that's designed to be like an Advent, not calendar, but you do it more like pennants.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cute.
That's when Dave gets up in the middle of the night and he's looking online, see what online exclusives are, and in case I miss them. So anyway, you guys have a great Saturday. I know I'm going to, because I'm going to be on stage virtually here upstairs with some friends. And I know that's going to be a fun time. So I'm sure I'm going to show you something Monday that I learned today. So happy stamping, friends. Have a great weekend.